All right, the next problem that we're going to look at is question 14. Question 14, I think, would be maybe a little bit scary to some kids because it is a bigger divisor. Your divisor on this problem is a 3-digit number, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. You're still going to keep your same division steps that you have learned over the years. So let's talk about the decimals here. So if I take this problem and I think about what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a first jump to the right in my divisor, and then I'm going to make one jump to the right with my dividend, and I'm going to take that decimal up to the top. So technically, this problem is now thinking about, okay, my divisor is not 10.1, it's 101. And my dividend, instead of it being 10 and 403 thousandths, it's 104 and 3 hundredths. So I'm going to actually just solve everything in here. Now, here's what's kind of nice. Sometimes those bigger divisors look scary, but here's the reality. Think about your first step. 101 is now your number that you're dealing with. It's almost the same as 104. So it can only go in one time. If you did 101 times 2, it would go over 104. So that's not too bad. It looks scary, but it's really not too bad. When you do the math there, you get 101 times 1, which is 101. When you subtract, you'd only have 3 left over. Now, watch what happens. This is kind of an interesting scenario that I feel like maybe some kids have messed up on in the past. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to bring down my next digit. Now watch what happens. When I bring down this next digit, 30 is less than 101. But I can't just not do anything here. You should have been taught if you bring something down, something has to go up. So that something has to be a 0. So I'm going to now think, okay, what is 101 times that 0? Well, it's 0. Now, you're going to get 30 to show back up again. But now you have the ability to drop down your next digit, which is now going to turn this into how many times will 101 go into 303? And I think some of you out there that are paying attention will see this. If I took 101 and I tripled it or I times it by 3, I would then get 303. And that would go in 3 times at the top to give me an answer with no remainders. These look scary, but they're really not too bad if you think.